Welcome to the 18th installment of Renée and Darryl's Walt Disney World Honeymoon. I'm Renée.
And I'm Darryl. For those of you joining us for the first time, we're a middle-aged newlywed couple planning our honeymoon to the world during the 2019 Epcot Flower and Garden Festival. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I have Disney Stock and Retirement Fund, which really doesn't do me much good for this. But I also have the Disney Visa Rewards card, which does do me some good for this.
Lots of good. Well, a significant amount of good. All right. Tonight, we're going to talk about planning which parks we want to be in on which days. We need to do this because of the fast passes for each day more than anything else. And we might need to change things up once we're there. There was a lot to think about, but some of the considerations we used were when the park had a special ticketed event and which of the parks had special or the extra magic hours.
Yeah, the big thing with the extra magic hours is those parks tend to be busier than usual outside of those extra magic hours. So we might want to be in the park for the extra magic hour or two, but otherwise we're going to probably try to avoid those parks.
Probably. We have no idea what spring break is bringing us or who spring break is on either.
This is actually supposed to be one of the lighter times during that period.
Okay. For the special ticketed events, some of those will limit access to those of us without the tickets. So we want to avoid those too. But all the parks open at 9 a.m. every day with a couple of early morning ticketed events or extra magic hours. The closing times were all over the place, somewhere between 8 p.m. and midnight during the extra magic hours.
So on Christmas Day, also known as Geocaching Day, I took a notepad to Starbucks and jotted down the days at the top of the 5 pages, then the hours for each park below, and whether there were a special ticketed event, whether that was early or late as well, and whether it had early or late extra magic hours. Laying those out, we were able to visualize the schedule for the whole trip and plan which days we were going to be going to each of those parks.
Yep. So our plan is basically one day in each park, but on one day we want to visit all the parks in one single day. So each park on that day we'll go like on one ride and get a drink or something. And that's probably usually going to be a Starbucks in that park. We also want to collect the mugs. But we might make an exception in Animal Kingdom so I can get a bubble tea.
Maybe. But we also want to use a different mode of transit between each.
Yeah, and we do. And the order for that doesn't really matter.
No. We're also going to enjoy the Flower and Garden Festival. So Epcot is basically the default park. And with Animal Kingdom having extra magic hours, and that's the only park that has extra magic hours in the evening on that first day, we're going to start by checking into Epcot after we check into the hotel.
Right. So the second day, there's extra magic evening hours at Epcot. So we'll be avoiding that unless we want to hit Illuminations that evening.
Yeah, after we've already done other stuff in other parks.
Exactly. So the plan will be to hit Animal Kingdom in the morning and stay as long as we want before taking the bus to the Magic Kingdom.
And then day 3 is the fun one. Mm-hmm. That's when we're going to go park hopping.
Yes. Wear good shoes that day.
They're all open at the same time.
Right.
But Magic Kingdom has the latest closing time thanks to extra magic hours.
When do they close?
That's the day they close at midnight.
Oh, that's significantly later hours.
Yes. And I want to say that's 3 hours of extra magic hours because I think the park actually closed at 9 for normal.
Mm. And that's like a Wednesday. So hopefully that's not going to be a terribly busy day.
So what we're going to do is start the morning in Animal Kingdom again.
More breakfast bubbles.
Maybe.
Or we have to stay till lunch.
That's where you're going to get your breakfast bubbles if we're going to do it.
Right.
Take a bus to the studios. Then take the boat to Epcot.
Okay.
Then the monorail to the Magic Kingdom.
Very fun.
Now, if
is the bus fun? I mean, the other ones look like fun. The bus is just the most practical one.
The bus is the only way to get anywhere from Magic Kingdom or from Animal Kingdom.
Oh.
So if anything,
they should have Jeep rides.
No.
Like a safari. Oh, that's only going to the Magic Kingdom, maybe.
Yeah. If everything goes according to the plan, this is going to be Renee's first time in the studios, possibly even the Magic Kingdom.
What do you mean?
Well, you've been in the Magic Kingdom before, but we might end up not going to the Magic Kingdom on day 2, depending on how things actually go.
So that'll be my first time in the Magic Kingdom for our trip, but really only the second time in the Magic Kingdom and
the first time that you can remember.
Exactly.
In the Magic Kingdom.
This time we'll take pictures. Actually, I came across some pictures from Florida the last time I was there with my mom and dad, and it was just not a good fashion time. Anyway, this is going to be pretty
Well, it was
strange.
the 70s. What was good fashion?
Yeah, I know,
in the
exactly.
70s?
So I'm going to see how it compares to those pictures. There's a picture of my mom holding me and my sister in like one of those blow up rings in the pool. And there's a really ugly picture of us posing in things that people shouldn't wear. But this is going to be pretty strange because I really don't have a clue where I'll be in these parks. I'm probably going to be well caffeinated or on a super sugar high because all the food, it looks like from vlogs that they drink a lot and they eat a lot of sweets. And I think I'm just going to be bouncing around.
Well, this is the day we're going to go hit Starbucks or whatever in each park getting the drinks.
So I'm going to be well caffeinated or sugared.
Right.
And yeah, we should save up all our rewards because I think I have 9 or 10 or something on Starbucks. So we should save up all our rewards. So at least the first 3 parks, we're going to hit Starbucks and we can use our rewards there before we transit to the next park. I'm not sure what rides we're going to be on. We're going to have to play that by ear and see what fast passes we can book and how busy everything is. And I'm listening to all this and I'm really trying to plan it and I'm really trying to understand, but I'm totally confused.
Well, and ideally we want to do an e-ticket attraction in each of those parks.
Right, but probably not on the day when we go park hopping.
No, that's what we're trying to do.
We
want to try to do an e-ticket attraction in each of those parks so that we say we've done an e-ticket attraction and gotten a Starbucks drink in each park.
On that day.
All 4 parks in one day. Do all of those.
But do they don't they have a time? Like we have to be there a certain time? Isn't that how fast passes work?
Well, for fast passes, yes.
Oh, but not e-tickets.
Well, e-tickets.
What's an e-ticket again?
Okay. That's a term that comes from Disneyland when you used to get ticket books to ride the rides. So something big like Space Mountain, the Matterhorn, Splash Mountain would be an e-ticket.
Okay.
Now, let's actually go to Wikipedia though, because they have a much better description than what I could just do off the top of my head. When Disneyland opened in 1955, visitors purchased an admission ticket to the park at the main gate booths, then purchased separate admission inside for each attraction. Less than 3 months after opening, Disney began selling value books, each of which contained several of each coupon labeled A through C to supplement the pay-per-ride system. Attractions were then designated as A, B, or C attractions, and visitors needed to either purchase a specified coupon from a nearby booth or present the discount coupon book with the correct coupon attached. As determined by Disney, A ticket were the smallest or least popular, B were the more popular and or more advanced, and C attractions were the most popular and or most advanced. In 1956, Disney introduced the D designation for the most popular attractions and upgraded several former C attractions, including the Jungle Cruise, to a D ticket.
That is very confusing.
Well, it makes a lot more sense, I'm sure, if you're there.
And you see the tickets.
Yeah, you see the rides and you see this at some of the carnivals and stuff still now. You have, A tickets, B tickets. Sometimes you need 1 or 2 or 3 tickets to ride this ride.
Okay.
Now, in June of 1959, amidst the completion of Disneyland's first major expansion, Disney introduced the E designation for the most popular attractions and made the new submarine voyage, Matterhorn bobsleds, and the Disneyland monorail E coupon attractions. Additionally, the Santa Fe and Disneyland Railroad, Rocket to the Moon, Rainbow Ridge Pack Mules, which I kind of miss having not seen, the Rainbow Mountain stagecoaches, Mark Twain Riverboat, Sailing Ship Columbia, rafts to Tom Sawyer Island, and the Jungle Cruise, all previously D rides, were upgraded to E. E remained the highest attraction coupon designation for over 20 years.
Wow.
Several E-ticket attractions were added throughout the 1960s and 70s. In 1971, the coupon system was duplicated at the Magic Kingdom, when it was open. Now, this is when you're going to get kind of excited, I think.
And I have to say, most of those rides you named, even though
you don't know them.
I don't.
They're from history.
They
are lost to history. The coupons had face values for use on the rides, with an A ticket worth 10 cents.
Wow.
B, 15. C, 25. D, 50. And an E ticket was 85 cents.
That's a lot of money. But then,
back then, well, yeah. It's not that old, but remember, this was the problem, is you had to have these tickets to actually ride the rides.
Right.
So you didn't get to go and like ride it over and over again.
No, you had to have
You
one
had
for
to
each
pay
time
to
you
get
went
into
on.
the park, and you had to pay to ride the ride.
Right. That makes sense. I mean, when I went to Disneyland the first time, I want to say it was $25 or something like that to go.
Probably.
For the whole thing.
Yeah.
It was in the late 80s, though.
Yeah. All right. This meant one could ride any ride if the ticket or a combination of tickets met or exceeded the value of that ride. So one could overpay an A ticket ride with the B ticket or higher.
Okay.
You could present a C, and D ticket together instead of an E ticket.
To make the monetary. Oh, I should use this in my new math class.
There you go.
There we go. We have a whole lesson.
The coupon system was gradually phased out with the introduction of the unlimited use tickets beginning in the late 1970s. This was largely due to competition from Magic Mountain, which, when it opened in 1971, allowed its visitors unlimited use of its attractions after paying the admission fee. By June of 1982, coupons vanished entirely and were replaced by the present-day system where the main gate admission entitles the visitors to ride all the rides and attractions, excluding coin-operated arcades. So you think about this. The nice thing was this would be better for like taking the whole family to the park, because grandma and grandpa would probably not want to ride all the rides.
So they wouldn't have to pay for all those tickets.
Yeah, you don't have to pay that admission that includes everything.
Right.
They might just pay the admission and hang out and do the and picnicking was still a big thing then.
Right.
So, you might do the picnicking with the rest of the family. The kids go off and do the rides. Maybe grandparents would take an A ticket and go see a show or something.
Go on Tom Sawyer's Island or something.
Well, Tom Sawyer's Island was an E ticket.
Oh, it was an E ticket. Oh.
Yeah.
But they could buy like small amounts, right?
Yeah. Or you buy multiple books, so
right.
it was a more affordable way than the unlimited pass would be.
Right. And the unlimited pass used to be affordable. I think they even did away with
the unlimited pass comparatively was not affordable back then if you were,
sure.
So.
But I mean, I think, well, actually the first time I went to Disneyland was in 1985. So that was fairly new. The, just
the unlimited.
The unlimited.
Well, by that point, the unlimited had been around for a while, but you had the option of just a straight admission ticket or the unlimited.
Right. But I'm saying I was there in 1985. So that was pretty new. And then
well, it had been around for like 10 years, but it wasn't.
No, it said 1982 was when it was fully.
Was it?
Yeah. 1982 coupons vanished entirely.
But it was started in 1970s.
Right, but I'm saying 1982. I was there in 85, so it was fairly new that there was no coupons for anything. That's what I'm saying. So but I know that I want to say it was in the 90s still. I had my address at my sister's house when I was going to school. So if you had a Southern California ID, you had a discount. So I think the tickets, everyone was all in a rage because it went up to like $29. And I'm like, okay, $29. And then how much was it when we went last time?
Oh, it was about $100.
Okay. I mean, I know it's some years later, but that's a lot of money.
It is.
And the lines were extremely longer than I ever remember them being. But anyway, I'm off topic like normal, but I understand how this works.
Day 3.
Okay, so now I understand how this works, but we'll try something like the safari at Animal Kingdom, Tower of Terror, maybe at the studios. And I know you want to do Test Track at Epcot.
Well, yeah, I was trying to think of what we want to do as an e-ticket at Epcot.
I don't really know. I don't remember.
And there's not a whole lot of good e-tickets aside from Test Track and Soarin'. So, is Soarin'
the same as the one in California?
Yes.
Okay.
So I don't even want to do Soarin' this time because we've already done Soarin'.
Right. And then Big Thunder Mountain.
Yeah.
At Magic Kingdom.
And those are all ones that we know we like.
Right. I definitely want to do the safari. I saw the safari the other day. I was like, really? Where are they? That's really sweet. I was very impressed.
She didn't even realize
I thought that it was the animatronics. I didn't realize we were like on a safari.
Well, and then you didn't even realize that, it's like manufactured cages.
Well,
and
no,
whatnot.
I knew that. It's kind of like at the zoo. I mean, like where they have heated rocks and stuff like that. Of course, they have to do that for show purposes.
Yeah. But, this is all going to be up in the air for day 3 until we figure out which parks we're going to and which ones we can get fast passes for and what might be closed. Like I still worry that Cali River Rapids is going to be closed because it was the last time I was there. That's the whitewater rafting one in Animal Kingdom, which don't get me wrong. We're not going to do that on this day 3.
Oh,
because we don't want to get soaked and then have to go park hopping.
Yeah, no, that won't be fun. But then day 4, that's when the early magic hours are at the Magic King, or at Epcot rather. But since I don't like to admit that we are, a middle-aged couple, but we're going to be at the Magic Kingdom late the night before. So we're probably not going to make it for 8 o'clock at Epcot. So that's our day that we'll probably explore the studios.
Yeah. And then finally on day 5 is early morning magic hours at Magic Kingdom. So we're going to start off there and we'll spend the most, if not the entire day at Magic Kingdom. When we get tired of that, we'll probably go over to Epcot, though, to take advantage of the last night at the Flower and Garden Festival.
Right. But also, that's the night that my nephew and the band from his high school arrive. I don't know if we're going to see them or not.
So maybe we get to see them and meet them in the park.
He asked me if I wanted to be a chaperone.
You could.
Then you have to go back by yourself, and I have to go back on a bus with high school children. Anyway, so that's the daily plan. We're going to go to Epcot the first day, Animal Kingdom the second day, and probably moving to the Magic Kingdom that night. All 4 parks on the middle day, the studios on the 4th, and the Magic Kingdom for the last day. The evening parks might change, but that's how we're planning to book the fast passes.
Yeah, now which attractions to book and when is a completely different issue. And we talked a few months ago about which attractions we want to hit, but I really need to see which we'll be able to grab the fast passes for in a few weeks once that actually opens up.
Because that's 3 months out that we can do it. Isn't that really now?
I want to say it's 60 days. I thought it's either 90 or 60. I think it's 90 for the ADRs, dining reservations. I think it's 60 for fast passes if you're on property. And that is one of the advantages to being on property is you get to book those fast passes and ADRs early.
So if we wanted to do any of the restaurants, we could essentially do that now because we are 90 days out. But
ADRs are only for the table service restaurants.
Which we're not doing.
Which we're not going to do. We might do the Sci-Fi Diner.
But at lunch you wanted to, I thought.
Right. Well, it doesn't really matter if it's Sci-Fi Diner.
Does it still sit down?
Yes.
Oh, it's still table service?
You're thinking of Be Our Guest restaurant at Magic Kingdom,
you're right.
which we have to do at lunch.
Okay. Well, we should probably wrap this up. You think?
I think so.
So thanks to those of you watching live and everyone watching it later, and sending all the comments in the chat. If you have more to share after the live show, please drop those in the comments below and be sure to subscribe to our channel. Click on that little bell icon to get notifications when we go live.
And we will be back next week, though I'm not sure exactly what we're talking about.
Right. And next week will be next year.
Next week will be next year. And hopefully we'll get some time to actually sit down and take a look once again at our attraction selections and see if we can't narrow it down to what we want to get fast passes for.
That would be lovely. Have a good night.